This job seeker got scammed. I'm a corporate recruiter, and this person paid a career coach, and this is garbage. This is an absolutely terrible garbage resume, and you really hopefully can get your money back because this is bad. So this is for a research scientist. And the qualifications that we are looking for in a research scientist. Also, I am the headless headhunter. I review people's resumes. I am currently sick, so if my voice sounds like it suddenly starts going through puberty, that is why. And what we need for a research scientist, and we need 75% of these, is degree, PhD, or master's, an understanding of processes, and in this case, is industry. So it's going to depend on if you're in oncology. It's going to depend on if you're in like minerals. It's going to depend on a bunch of different stuff. But we need a basic fundamental understanding of the industry. Also, I've recruited for a bunch of these roles before. My first thing, I will say like tech recruiter first. Second is like scientist roles. I've gotten a lot of oligonucleotide scientists and stuff like that hired. So we also need a basic industry tools. Again, every industry is going to have different tools, and I don't know what type of scientist you are in because the oncology versus mineral tools are going to be different, but I do need a basic tools. So like assays are very important. Those are one of the things that everybody was missing. Every single manager wanted to see that in their resume. Almost every single candidate did not have it. Microsoft Office suites, it's critical. Working cross-functionally, troubleshooting, and reading documents, schedules, and manuals. And that's it. Seriously, that is the stuff that we need for a research scientist. These are people with PhDs. And this is the type of list that would actually work on the managers that I used to work for as well. This person, I think, has gotten 0 interviews. So again, this is a garbage resume. They got scammed. So let me pick apart why this resume sucks. And in fact, let me give you another thing is what recruiters are actually looking for in hiring managers are qualifications. And a qualification is a keyword, which is a skill or a soft or hard skill that a company is looking for. But it's a keyword plus how you did it, plus the reason or result of you doing it, plus where you did it. So all those 4 things combine to make a qualification. And those are what we're hunting for, not the keywords themselves. So recruiters only have 20 seconds to find what we need. That is all the time we have. Let's see if I can find in 20 seconds. I mean, I'm not. It's a bad resume. That's why I can't. It's a bad resume. So, go. Okay. Where's your education? Okay, PhD. Good. Okay. And then this doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. Design-led and disseminated mixed method research studies with a strength-based, equity-centered approach to advance. Okay, at least I know it's childhood development. Directed for therapy with engaging educators and caregivers to improve service delivery and community. That's not what I'm wanting. None of those are what I need, except the actual overall what you did, which is okay. All right, yeah, that is it. That is all the time I got for that is bad. So this person wrote me a note. Let me read what they wrote. I worked with a job coach to build my resume, but I've not had any success. Yeah, this is a terrible resume. Let's see. Here is an example of a senior researcher role that is pretty representative of the jobs I've qualified for, but haven't gotten any interviews. So if you are qualified for the roles and you're not getting any interviews, then it is a resume issue. But I am reading what this person wrote, and the problem is they got it from the wrong part of the job description. So this is something that I actually don't like when companies do, right? I understand why this happens, and I wish companies would not do it. But when you're looking at a job description and you see something in the responsibility section, you can ignore that. You can literally ignore everything in the responsibility section because nothing in the responsibility section is what we're looking for. We're looking for stuff in the qualification qualification section. And this person wrote a bunch of stuff that is from not the qualification, which is from the responsibilities. That is why none of this matters, is because they wrote, man, I really hate when companies do this. I want to be clear. I think this is bad. But you can always ignore responsibility section, which this person unfortunately didn't. So what I'm actually looking for, and this was common across multiple ones, is again, what is the understanding of the basic industry processes? You kind of don't even tell me that, right? You said led, disseminated, mixed message research studies. I like mixed message. That might be it. Surveys, that part is good. But why do I care about strength-based, equity-centered approach? Unless that is the overall thing. Like, I'm still kind of a little confused as to what you do. So, like, are you... I guess you're trying to do something with early childhood development initiatives? I don't even know. Directed data collectors, blah, 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 educators to provide service deliveries and community alignment. Why do I care about that? That's nothing I'm looking for. Oversaw evaluations and provided technical assistance for the X Foundation supporting systems level improvement. That one's good. I actually like that. That's your actual... This bullet point is fine because it tells me at least what you did for the foundation, the importance of what you did, and improving systems level and childcare policy and practice. Now, I'd like a teeny bit more detail, but that's at least acceptable. Produced deliverables, reports, manuscripts. Again, that's not what I'm like. I seriously, you know what a sentence would be better? If you just said, oh boy, used Microsoft Excel to create the analysis of childhood development practices, where I troubleshot issues and created documents and schedules for other teachers to follow using that research. That would be infinitively better. But right now, you tell me almost nothing. You have only one sentence that I actually like and is actually useful. Everything else is superfluous. This, nothing here I can use. This, nothing here I can use. What are the common tools that you used? I don't know. Did you use Excel? I don't know. You did not show me. Because again, I need a qualification, not a keyword, which is why none of this stuff up here works. Contributed to development of the community strength. Nothing in there is what I care about. The basic boring stuff is what gets you an interview. So there is a common complaint in the comments of software engineers who say, why are you asking for JavaScript, HTML, and CSS for a full stack? Everyone has it. Yes, that is the point. That is specifically why you put it in. The amount of scientists with PhDs I've had to reject because they do not put assays in their one, or they do not say the word oncology, is insane. We don't have the time to meet everybody, and the manager is the one that rejects them. So I need you to go back, and I need you to right-click this file and delete it, because you're going to have to start again. This is how your resume should look. Right? Bachelor's or PhD, although let me see, because you have a PhD, there's something slightly different. I don't think you need to put your bachelor's since you have a master's and a PhD in the same field. So you should have your PhD and then your master's here. Also, the link to that is below in the description of this video. This is what it should look like. Then you do your work history, because again, I cannot use anything in this section. Nothing here can be used. That is not a qualification. So delete all that. You start with this, and then I need you to say what you did, because, bro, I don't even know what you did. You did something with early care child development. I don't see any of the research that you did, except for that one sentence, which I actually did like. That was good. I don't see how you troubleshot. I don't see how you work cross-functionally. I don't see that you could use a computer, such as Microsoft Excel. I don't see any of the basic tools you used. I think I did get a basic understanding of industry processes, though, based on that one sentence, which is good. And I kind of don't really see read document schedules and manuals. I might have found that. So those are the things that are actually important. And I know you're right now, you're staring at me in disbelief. You're like, what are you talking about? That's so basic. Yeah, that's the point. I want to look everybody in the eyes right now. All right. This is the most important thing you can learn. A resume is not to show how good you are. It is to show you meet the basic qualifications. Basic, minimum, bare minimum qualifications. That is why software developers need JavaScript, HTML, and CSS if they're full stack. That is why accountants need Excel. That is why nurses need to show triage. It is something that you need to put in, despite the fact that everybody knows it. If you do not put it in, it will be assumed that you do not have it. And I wish we lived in a world where that wasn't the case, but that's not what we live in. So That's all I can do for this resume, but I wanted to thank everybody for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I wanted to give an extra thank to my members. You can join below. You get access to videos a little bit early, and again, I know money's tight, so thank you very much for supporting the channel. I appreciate that a lot. And if you ever need any more help for everybody, you can join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST at twitch.tv/EllisHeadhunter. And now let's go to the next resume before I lose my voice even more. This is, they said data scientist student, but I think they just meant data scientist. So I've never heard someone say job title and student. I've heard intern, I've heard entry level. I've never heard student before. So this person's ratio is unknown. They are a data scientist, and what we need for a data scientist is degree, Python, R, SQL, data in all its forms, modeling, analytics, etc. The industry, again, you need to be very specific about your industry, and I need to know what it is. Explaining stuff to non-technical folks and influencing stakeholders, those are huge. I need to see that you can convince people to do something, right? Someone's who does not know how to turn on their monitor is gonna ask you what a percentage is, and you have to explain it in very simple terms. Cross-functional, ML Ops, Microsoft Office applications, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or Google Sheets, they are equivalent. AI, LLM, ML, NLP, Spark, Skibbity-Learn, Pandas, NumPy, and there's probably more. Just don't overdo it. A lot of people overdo it on the AI. And dashboards and data visualizations. So, since this is an unknown ratio, so we do not know how good or bad this is, let's see if I can find it in 20 seconds. And go. Okay, okay, so intern? Builds robust ETL processing, clinical, why do I care, Python, Pandas, good. Timestamps of international standards, engineer, 24, don't care, data implementing. None of this stuff I need is here. I mean, your formatting's fine, but there's, like, nothing here. Like, again, there shouldn't be a gap in between here, but the rest of the formatting's fine, and that's not a huge issue, because, again, there's no gap on it on this side. Is this an intern? I think this is an intern. I'm so confused about this one. But you don't have, like, anything I need in this. Again, the entire point of the formatting is so that I could read more of it, and so that I do not lose track of your stuff in the limited amount of time I have. I would always rather someone have better bullet points than better formatting. Hopefully you have both, though. In this case, you have better formatting than bullet points. I'm looking to enter the field of data science during my first year of university after completing a research project. Didn't start applying yet, and I know December, January isn't the greatest job search, but I want to make sure my resume is good as it can be and not wasting time. The job market is similar to the U.S. and Israel, so your review will be relevant. Okay, so first off, I need to clarify something. Are you looking, okay, an internship is going to look different than a full-time role. Even though both would be for data scientists, how you would make this as if you were an intern is fundamentally different than how you would make this as if you're looking for a full-time role. So, because you did not mention intern, I really don't know if you're trying to go for an intern or not. Because you do have... Okay, I'm gonna do this as if it was not an intern. So this is a full-time role. So, the problem here is you didn't have, like, anything I needed. Like, where's the industry? Well, you said clinical lab records, so maybe that one counts as industry. Where is... I think you did say Python, good. Where is the SQL? Good. Okay, so we have that part, but where's you explaining complex stuff to non-technical people? Where is the ML Ops? Where is the Microsoft Office? Is there any Microsoft Office? No. Is there any Excel? No. Is there the Google version of that? No. So there's nothing there. There's no ML Ops. There's no AI. There's no dashboards or data visualizations. So, like, yeah, you have the Python and the SQL. That's fine. And I guess pandas, although there should be a comma. It should be Python, comma, SQL, comma, and pandas, because you want to put this past that. But, like, where is the actual explaining stuff to non-technical folks? Where is any of that? Because the problem is, like, this is what they're looking for. So when they're looking at this resume, Like, perform deep data cleaning using regex parsing to extract exact treatment dosages from unstructured drug exposure text. How is that relevant to a data scientist? It's not. This does not matter. Validated, I don't care that you validated. By conducting correlates to PCB, confirming it. Why does it matter? None of this matters. Again, none of this matters. None of this matters. Like, there is a metaphor that I like to use, okay? And I want to use this again. It's hot dogs versus hamburgers. And this resume gave me a lot of hot dogs when I need hamburgers. So, I want you to imagine that you are a customer and you order a hamburger and your stomach's feeling a little upset, so you just want cheeseburger with, like, you know, just a cheeseburger with pickles. That's it. I don't know why you want the pickles on there, but you just want a cheeseburger with pickles. No ketchup, no mayo, no onions, no tomatoes, just cheeseburger with pickles. So the waiter goes to you and it says, okay, cool, I'm taking this order. I come back. You wait the 5, 10, 15, however long it takes to make a burger. And they come back and they give you a hot dog. Would you be upset with them? Because you did not order a hot dog, and they say, well, hold on a second. Both a hot dog and a hamburger contain meat, right? Both of them contain meat. Both of them can contain cheese. Both of them can contain pickles. Both of them are meat wrapped in a bun. Both are served at the same establishments. Why are you upset that you got a hot dog instead of a cheeseburger? But you're like, I didn't want a hot dog, I wanted a cheeseburger. And that is exactly the problem with this is I don't want any of this stuff. None of this stuff that is relevant, right? None of this is relevant to these qualifications. These are my hamburgers, but you gave me a bunch of cheeseburgers. Are they tangentially related? Yes. Is it something a data scientist can do? Yes. But it's not what I'm looking for. And if it's not one of these, and you can make your own list once you know how to do this. If it's not one of these, it's a hot dog. And you would be upset. Just as if you went to a restaurant and you asked for a hamburger and they gave you a hot dog, you would be upset. You would not go back to that restaurant. Because this is why you're failing. Because none of this is what I want. Why is perform deep data cleaning? Is that has anything related to what I am trying to look for? Is that the industry? No. Is it explaining stuff to non-technical folks? No. Is it slightly data in all its forms? Slightly. Barely. But it's not AI. It's not nothing else. To extract treatment doses, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. None of that is related. That is a hot dog. Again, nothing here but Python is related. So this doesn't count because you want a minimum of 3 in a sentence. You want 3 qualifications per sentence or 3 keywords per sentence, ideally. For the chatbot fast API, don't care about. Processing WhatsApp, don't care about. SQL is semi-related, and nothing else is related. So your entire resume, the only thing I found is SQL, Python, Pandas, and that you worked in the clinical industry. Everything else is not related. Everything else is a hot dog. You need to give me a hamburger. This is why you and a lot of other people are going to struggle, is because none of that is related. And this is why you're getting rejected. So good on the formatting though. But again, the bullet points matter more than the formatting. Next resume. This is a data engineer. So what we need for a data engineer is Python, ETL, ELT, Scala, data algorithms, in this case like data warehouses, data lakes, SQL, big data, cloud. Again, I don't want the crazy stuff on cloud. I just want like Azure, AWS, Google Cloud Platform, and then put it under GCP. And Snow, anything involving that, so Snowflake, Snowpipe, Snowsite. Ability to manage and communicate data plans to non-technical people. So basically, you need to talk to other non-technical people and be like, okay, so this is what I got my bachelor's in. You have no idea what any of this means. You don't know how to turn on your monitor. Here is what you need to know about it. I need to see that. And then industry. So again, I just need to see what industry you're in. And then a bonus for DevOps, Jira, Confluence, MS Office, and probably Looker. I think I need to update the bonus section. The rest of it is accurate, but the bonuses are probably going to need to be updated. So this is their version 2 of the old resume based on my advice. Further condense the bullet points, and they want to see, but I did keep airflow since you see it a lot in Canada, which is good. Again, I cannot be in every market, and I am a U.S. recruiter, and like I said, while I have gotten people jobs outside the U.S., Canada included, sometimes I might be missing 1 or 2 things in my advice. So good for the correction. So let's see if this is better. 20 seconds on the clock, and I will count airflow since you keep seeing it, and you are in Canada. All right, and go. Built ETL data pipelines and data warehouse on Google Cloud Platform. Okay. Marketing system seems perfection. Wrote Python and Parse script schedule with Airflow to pull users active data. Oh, woo, love that. Built Star and Snowflake schema data models in GCP BigQuery that fed Looker dashboards giving market data to shift budget features. That's okay. Built AI pipelines to generate compliance documentation saving hours available. Is there anything I'm actually missing here? So there's a couple of minor quibbles. I actually think this passes. Let me see if there's anything here I'm missing, but I think you did everything correct. So I did see Python and ELT or ETL. I don't think I saw Scala. No Scala, but I did see a lot of data. I don't know if I saw algorithms. No, but I did see SQL. Yeah, SQL I did see. Did I see Kafka and that stuff? Let me look. Yeah, Spark right there. Good, that counts. We did see there is a flaw with the GCP, but you did have it. We do want, let's see, do we have data warehouses? Data warehouse. Yeah, perfect. That was the first one. Again, I'm sick, so my brain is not fully there. Perfect. I think I saw Snow as well. And I love how you wrote these. Yeah, Snowflake. That might want to be spelled different. Don't quote me on this one. Yeah, I think that should be capitalized. But just the S part, but I'm not fully sure. And you did, let's see, do I count that as communicating? Yeah, that is it. And do I have the industry? C. Do I have the, this is good. This is a success. This is passes. Do I have the industry here? No, I actually kind of would like you to tell me a little bit about the industry, but otherwise this is really, really, really good. So, minor quibbles. This does pass. Here's a couple of slight flaws that you can do to increase it. Again, we are talking from taking this from maybe a 1 in 20 or a 1 in 10 to a 1 in 8. So, you forgot here. You need to put this as, oh man, I wish there was a type function. This should be GCP. So you need to put Google Cloud Platform, parentheses GCP, and then comma, Amazon Web Services, right? You can put and Amazon Web Services. Too many of these little slashes makes it a little bit harder to pull data from the payment and marketing systems. Otherwise, that is good. So again, minor complaints. Just put GCP because you didn't actually say that was GCP. You just need to put it there in parentheses. And then there was BigQuery was okay. I think that was, and then down here again, you want to try to avoid these little dashes as much as you can. I know I put them there, but they make it harder to read. Just use commas. So instead of DevOps / CI/CD with Docker / Git, just say DevOps, comma, CI/CD pipelines with Docker, comma, and or Docker and Git. Again, that it just reads a little bit better. But otherwise, I don't think there's anything really else I can say. Again, this is very good. I love it. This should definitely work. And again, I think Snowflake may need to be capitalized. But is there literally anything else I need? I think the only other thing, and this is, again, very minor, is I think you should switch these sentences. So I think the setup DevOps is better because you do have, and if you're going for AI, I need a smidge more AI, right? Like built AI pipelines. I want to know, like, was it in Pandas or was it in Lang chain, or was it Lang graph? I need just a little bit more. So built AI pipelines in X or Y, or built AI LLM or machine learning AI pipelines. I just need a little bit more. But otherwise, good job, perfection. I don't think you need to submit again. Just make sure your contact information is correct. I had another person from Canada forget to put that in, and once they changed that, they almost immediately got interviews. But overall, fantastic. Very minor quibbles. Even if you don't change any of those, you should be getting interviews. Next resume. This is a data analyst resume. This person is on my live stream right now, but I will talk to them after. So what we need for a data analyst is degree, industry, SQL, data visualization, Tableau, Power BI, Looker, influencing stakeholders, explaining technical concepts to non-technical stakeholders, how you solved a problem with data, not what the data is. This is a big one that they all mess up on. I don't care how you got the data. I don't care that you cleaned it. I don't care that you presented it. I don't care that you wrapped it in a bow. All I care about is how you solved problems with that data, not how you got it. And so many people put in how you got the data. And it's like, we don't care, right? That is a hot dog. So MS Excel, so macros, pivot tables, VLOOKUP, Word, ETL is now coming back. Python, R, multiple projects and deadlines, and nice to have is cloud AI. And they stated that they found a lot of DAX, ad hoc rec, and data quality. I haven't seen that in the US, but again, I have to trust that your knowledge of this, because I cannot be everywhere, is accurate. So, can I find this in 20 seconds? This is a 1 in 100, which means I can probably find some stuff, but not everything. So formatting is bad, but let me deal with that after. All right, and start. Okay, good. Degree. Trained for course, SQL and Excel migration. Okay. Explain, known, and analyzed. Okay, kind of. Resolve and point of Power BI. Okay, no. And engineered AWS Cloud. Okay, no. Developed AI elements of the kind of. Identify purchase price receivable with the seller, earn K, kind of. All right, so there's a lot of problems with this, but you also do things that are kind of correct. So, where to begin? First off, your formatting is bad. This does not look like this. This is how it should be. This is your second time submitting, so you should know better. Right? This is what it should look like. Second off, nothing here should be bolded. Not a single thing in between this section should be bolded. The only thing that should be bolded, remember I did it before, I think I did in this episode, is, wrong button, is this, your name, and this. And if you have projects, this part can be bolded as well. That part is fine. So that can be bolded, that is bolded, and your name over here, which again is fine. You're not going to show it on stream. That's good. Nothing else should be bolded. I like the scholarship. It's very brief. Again, the formatting is bad. You really messed up on the formatting here. Then we get down to the bullet points where there are some mixed views on this. So let me do what you did right. The one thing is you at least included most of the correct things, and you did tell me how you did stuff, right? That's good. You did tell me the reason and result, and you did not tell me, this is a good thing, you did not really tell me how you got the data. That actually is good. That's not what I'm looking for. The bad part is I don't know what you did, and you didn't give me enough. So, trained 4 coworkers on SQL and led Excel migration is good, but, like, what was your job, bro? I mean that, like, what was your overarching duties? Was it just training 4 coworkers on SQL and Excel? Because that's not enough. It's training 4 coworkers on SQL and Excel is A, an okay use of numbers, and B, something that's good, but it probably should not be in your first bullet point. It should probably be in your second. So I don't know what you did here. Yeah, I have no idea. You did something with Google reviews. This is too broad. Actually, let me read what your note said first. Submitting this for the second time. Okay, bullet points. Yeah. So that's not good. And then here you why are these two sentences? Every bullet point should be a single sentence. It should be a max of 3 lines, right? You can have 3 lines here, that's fine. And it can be a run-on sentence, but it needs to be 1 sentence. And I need more details than this. What do you mean enabled non-technical teams to self-analyze records? Again, I don't care that you put 15 million. That's not relevant. Again, that's not a number that you want. The 4 coworkers is good because at least it gives context on the amount of people you trained. But I don't care about that. In fact, there's a lot of worthless numbers here too. Resolve 2 million reporting error like this. I don't care. Like, how much is that? What is the purpose of that? I don't know. Why are there 2 sentences here? Across 6 I don't care about this dashboard. Engineered Python ETL pipelines in AWS Cloud. Okay, good. Eliminating, again, none of this matters. Developed AI to identify top 5 from... This actually tells me what you did. So was this your... I'm so confused. If you were not on stream, I would have no idea what you did. And then we go down here. Identified purchase patterns. Good. That tells me what you did in SQL to drive customer growth. Again, I do not care about the number. The number is not relevant. Repurpose tickle start earning 90K. I don't care about K. Why do you keep doing these numbers? Analyze, again, don't care. Sales in Excel. Collaborate. Okay, so like my big thing here is you just don't tell me enough about what you did. You don't tell me really the reason or result, and you don't tell me enough. I don't see that you can influence stakeholders. I kind of see explaining complex topics, but not fully. I do see how you solved a problem, but I also don't think I see... God, it's written so weird. I'm glad you're in stream because I'm going to have to go over this a lot. Anyway, this is just so baffling to me. For the audience at home, they got some things right because they at least explained some of what it is, but I need more. And I don't know why every sentence is written like this double sentence thing you do. Don't do that. Because like every single one ends here and then ends here and then ends here. And then this is an actual good sentence. And then again, this is a full sentence down here, which is good. And then ends here. So yeah, it's written weird, right? It's almost written like it's in 2 different people. You don't fully tell me. You either tell me the what you did and how you did it, or you tell me the what you did and the reason and result, but rarely all 3 of those in the same sentence with I need. So we need to go back to the drawing board. We need to fix the formatting, and we need to add a little bit more relevant stuff. But at least I can see that the right idea is there, and I hope that made sense. My brain is hurting because I'm sick. Next, resume. This is a product manager. So for a product manager, what we need is degree, industry, BI tools, Microsoft Office suites, analyze user data and extract business requirements from stakeholders and transform them into product requirements. Basically, a stakeholder is going to be like, we need this car to make food. And you're going to be like, let's translate that and make it an actual product. Tableau, Google Analytics, Databricks, SQL, the full story, and A/B testing. Figma, cross-functionally, 0 to 1, how you move teams faster, and how you succeeded, and the result of that success. That is not a brag. I want to be very clear. That is not a brag. I don't care that you did 20 million, bajillion, blah, blah, blah. I just want to know the results of it. So, 20 seconds on the clock. This person has a 1 in 100, so it's probably not going to be good. And go. Manage agile delivery for a 5-member team. Okay. Ship user stories. Okay. Define product strategy robot for tech companies' mobile app by authorizing PRDR. I don't care. User stories. Everything is user stories. Conducted market research analysis. Okay. Conducted wireframe for Figma. And mapped. Okay. That is it. Also, where's your education? Computer engineering. Okay. It's not good, but it does have some stuff that is salvageable. This is not a complete destruction. I'm an international student requiring sponsorship. Okay, so let's break this down a little bit. First, your education is a requirement, and thus it needs to be up here. Second off, remember, nothing here should be bolded. You need to use this format, okay? This is how you do it. That is going to be pretty big. Then we get into the actual bullet points, and these are okay. They're not actually that terrible. So, what we need, let's see. So we missed that is manage agile delivery. So here's my big problem with this is I don't know what you did on what industry you're in. Agile is nice, right? That can be nice to have. 5-member team is good because it tells me the context of it. To ship 100 user stories, irrelevant. And accelerate product shipment, okay, but I don't care about the percentages. Again, stop with the percentages. There are good numbers and there are bad numbers. No percentages. My problem is, what industry you're in? How did you extract stakeholder stuff? I don't know. That wasn't in any of the other bullet points. Was this 0 to 1? I don't know. You didn't really tell me. Like, your first sentence is a description of your overall job duties, and this reads as you executing QA sprints. So, which again is not the worst, but that's like, I need more than that. So, like, what was the product? What did you do? What was the industry? Why was your job important? I don't know. You didn't really tell me. Define product strategy and roadmaps. Okay. For tech companies, mobile app, not bad. By blah, 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 this is the stuff that doesn't matter, right? By blah, 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 personas, user stories. Again, you already mentioned user stories. You don't need to mention it again. Across 16, don't care. Jira, I might care about Jira. Establishing, okay, but like, who did you get those from? You know what I need? I need you to tell me that you got this from stakeholders. I don't see anything about that. I see this entire, okay, here's my problem with this. Everything is about market research. And yeah, you know what? That is an important part of your job, but it can't be every single bullet point, bro. You need more than that. What was the actual product? How did you influence stakeholders? How did you talk to them? Did you 0 to 1? I don't know. You did not tell me. Did you do the full story? I don't know. You didn't tell me. Did you use Tableau or Power BI tools? Where's Microsoft Excel? Where's Office? Anything else? No, nowhere here except at the skills section. Skill sections don't matter. So you have some okay sentences, and I will say how you wrote these is mostly how I like them to be written. You just need to, again, stop with all of these numbers. None of these numbers are necessary. And you need to add the actual qualifications. So, again, go back to the drawing board on some of these. Fix the formatting a little bit. And tell me, like, what was the importance of you extracting business requirements? I don't know. You need to tell me. How did you handle stakeholders? How did you do Tableau? Did you do anything with analytics? Actually, I don't think you did. Google Analytics. No, nowhere here except in the very skills section. But again, nothing in the skills section counts. Where's Databricks? So you just need to make sentences with these in these, but how you wrote those sentences is correct. So don't change your overall sentence structure. Just change what the sentences are about, because I just don't see it. I don't see any of this stuff. It's entirely about UX and user stories, and that is why you're going to have a problem. You're also having a problem because, quite frankly, the international market is way worse than the other job market, and the job market is already in a recession. So make those changes and resubmit, and then we can judge it again more. But right now, it's just way too heavily focused on user stories. Like, a sentence on that is fine, but not all of them. So that's all I can do for this resume. Thank you all very much for watching, commenting, subscribing. And again, thank you to my members. I really do appreciate it and your support of this channel. And if anybody ever needs any more help, they can always join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 a.m. PST at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. And hopefully I will not be sick in the next video, but I will also be sure to see you in the next video. Later, y'all.